Hello, I'm DelusionDispeller, and I want to thank you for watching my video channel. All of you have been so faithful over the past couple years. I really appreciate the support, the encouragement, the comments. I just am very glad that I could make this video channel, that I have an opportunity to get my message out to the world, that you do not have to accept abuse, that the abuse is very real, just like you believe it is, no matter what anybody around you says. You're not delusional. And that's why my name is Delusion Dispeller, because the delusion is that it's all in your head, that you're the one that's crazy, and that no, that person really didn't say that to you or do that to you, because you know they did, and I'm pretty sure they did, but everybody else doesn't believe you. Well, this is a channel to validate you, to let you know that indeed what you're seeing and feeling most likely is real. Okay, that being said, I've promised to make a channel on red and green flags in relationships, and I want to start with the green flags. I have a few little props here to help me out and get my message across. If you're in a positive relationship, one that's healthy for you, there are going to be certain things that you want to look for. I have a list of things here. I'm going to go over them gradually, one at a time, and kind of elaborate on each one. The first one is kindness. If you're in a relationship, there's going to be kindness. I've chosen an apple to represent kindness because when you love somebody, you give them something. The typical thing is a child, student giving an apple to the teacher, a symbol of kindness. So you want to look for kindness in your relationship with your significant other. The next thing is peacefulness. I chose a harp to represent peacefulness because a harp, as you know when you play it, kind of gives you a peaceful feeling. When you're around this person, do you feel agitated? Do you feel on edge? Do you feel like you're afraid and you're walking on eggshells? Not a healthy thing. You want peace in your relationship. You want to be having a good time and you want to be at ease and be your best self. Next, family. And for family, I chose to bring a picture of part of my family. This is my daughter Carol, my oldest daughter, my next daughter Anna, Randy, and Amber, and then my little granddaughter right here. She's trying to climb off her mom's lap. That's Madison right there. Hopefully you can see that pretty good. Okay, that's a family picture. In a healthy relationship, your significant other, he or she, is going to have a good, healthy appreciation for family. Having a family with you or his own family is very important. How he treats his family is how he's most likely going to treat you, or she, how they treat each other and the family. The next thing is love. Someone in a healthy relationship knows how to show love. That doesn't mean they're necessarily going to be touchy-touchy, feely-feely, kissy all the time. I've been in a relationship that was like that. Not cool. Kind of overwhelming, a bit smothering, not a good thing. You want a good, healthy balance. Some hugs and kisses here and there. Some I love you, some I care about you. Most importantly, the one thing that I have learned over the past year is actions speak louder than words. People can tell you they love you, they can tell you they care, but when the rubber meets the road, when you're hurting, are they there? When you get sick and need to go to the doctor, do they support you? Can they take you to the hospital? Can they be there to kind of put their arm around you, comfort you, and encourage you during that time? Actions speak louder than words, definitely. Next, blame shifting. I don't have a prop for this, but you can almost imagine what I'm going to say. If your loved one hurts you, do they say things like, well, if only you wouldn't have, or you shouldn't have done this and then I wouldn't have? Now, there's a certain amount of that can be joking, but there's also a seriousness to when somebody says it with a very serious intent, that they seriously do not intend on taking the responsibility for how they hurt you, and instead seriously believe that it is your fault that you got hurt, that you asked for it in a sense. That's very narcissistic, and we've learned about that in other tapes. So, blame shifting is an important thing to look at. Are they able to take responsibility for their actions? And when they goof up, do they say they're sorry when they've hurt your feelings? That type of thing. And we're talking about taking responsibilities. Also, are they a hurtful person? Can they say something mean and it doesn't seem to matter to them how the other person feels? That is of utmost importance to avoid toxic relationships. Can somebody hurt somebody and either laugh about it or kind of brush it off as if it doesn't really matter, as if they didn't really say what you think they said? That's a hurtful thing. Can they be kind, or are they being hurtful and mean and cold towards you? Watch for that. So you want a kindness, no hurt in the relationship. Do they respect differences in others? Now for this one, I chose this card that my daughter made me. To a narcissist that's trying to keep up an image, they would probably receive this from their child and say, "What is that piece of garbage? Ew, what kind of colors are those? That, honey, you can do a lot better than that." Do they respect differences in others? Do they understand that children are a little bit more vulnerable and their brains aren't quite developed enough to come up with a masterpiece that an adult would, maybe that they themselves would? Do they respect different colored people, different races, different belief systems? I'm not saying they have to agree with it. I'm not saying they have to believe that things are okay if that's against their belief system. I'm saying, do they give mutual respect to people as human beings, or do they condemn people? Now, there is a boundary. If somebody's attacking you or being mean to you, you do not have to allow that person into your inner circle of friends, or even into any circle that you have of acquaintances either. So there is always a barrier there of self-protection that's healthy. But basically, I'm saying in general, they genuinely respect people as people, and they don't put them down because they're different than them. And that's going to conclude this particular video. Stay tuned for the next part of my video when I talk about a few more other characteristics that are in a green light, green, healthy relationship. Thank you for watching again, and I'm DelusionDispeller. I look forward to talking to you more about this topic of green flags in relationships. Thank you.